Hello guys, welcome to this week's video. Honestly, a lot has been happening or a lot has happened and I'm ready to share with you. So this is my hydrangea flowers and whoa, a lot, oh my goodness. Also sad seeing this. It got some mold and this was caused by the mold that had affected my palm. So you see the way the palm has its fronds, yeah, above my hydrangea. When it got mold, the mold transferred itself to the flowers. So it has been a whole thing. I was very sad because this means I have to prune and cut off most of the parts of the palm, or mostly the affected parts, and then for the hydrangea, the flower had to go. It was very sad for me, but this comes also with being a plant parent. You just have to be ready to take the necessary measures, otherwise you're going to lose the whole plant. So I made up a mixture of methylated spirit and water. I used the pruning shears and microfiber cloth. So from my research, I found out that this mold is known as sooty mold. It affects the palm and it's caused by either aphids, mealybugs, or scale insects. So what they do, they feed on the plant, and when they feed on the plant, they produce something sweet known as honeydew. The honeydew is good or is loved by this sooty mold. So remember, mold is also a living thing and it feeds on something. So the honeydew is what it loves. Therefore, where there is honeydew, there will be the sooty mold, and the sooty mold affects the plant. For the palm, from my research, I realized that it just only causes, what was I saying? It only causes like an unpleasant appearance. But now you see, it had affected the hydrangea, and the hydrangea was drying out. And by the way, I hope you're seeing the struggle. It was really hard to prune or cut off this palm frond, but I did it. But it took quite a lot of effort. Anyway, I was explaining. So I can see it really affected my hydrangea really badly. I had to change a lot. I had to prune first of all, and then also as I was pruning, I found this. So this is usually the youngest frond. I think it's usually the first one to come out when the plant is developing. I found one of the scale insects. If you look carefully, you'll see it. So that's what has been, attacking my plant and making it look like that. I was explaining also how I went about it. So first of all, I started by pruning everything, and then I went in with my methylated spirit solution. I was spraying it on the microfiber cloth as I wiped the leaves one by one. And then after that, I went in with water, which had detergent soap. By the way, as you can see from the flower, you can see how it was affected. I was really sad. I really can't explain how sad this was for me, because the hydrangea flowers are usually among my most favorite things about my plants. But anyway, we got to take those or make those tough decisions. After I finished using methylated spirit, I went in with the water, which I had added some detergent, so that when I was wiping from leaf to leaf or plant to plant, I was not further transferring this sooty mold. Yeah, it was a very long process, but it helped. It has been a week since I did this, so I have seen some improvement, but from time to time on the palm, I can see the sooty mold trying to come back, but because I'm constantly monitoring it, I'm clearing it as the days go by. I hope that it helps. Also, from my research, methylated spirit is good, and actually they advise you use it with cotton, where you just dip the cotton inside the methylated spirit and dab it where you can see the scale insects. Also, it's advised to use insecticide also, so I will find that. I'll keep you posted. I also took this time to prune anything from the hydrangea or the palm that was long overdue, because my hydrangea was having some dried leaves, some broken leaves, so I was just removing anything that looks unhealthy. And then time for disposal. So this was the most affected palm frond. I decided to dispose it off together with any other thing that I had gotten or pruned off the other plants. So you can see the white residue that has been left by the mold and sometimes also the insects, but I don't know the name of this. Maybe I'll tell you next time or in the description. So this is the part where I was dealing with each leaf one by one. And by the way, it was raining. You can hear the thunderstorms. I really tried all my best to give you the natural experience of when I am taking care of my plants, but there were so many people around talking, giving each other stories, so it was not possible for every part of the video to have the original audio. So here again you can see a close-up on the sooty mold. I think they call it sooty mold because it looks like soot. So this is the water and detergent mixture I was talking about. I used it after I was done cleaning each and every leaf with the methylated spirit solution. So maybe when you research, you'll see them advising you to use rubbing alcohol or ethyl alcohol. It's the same. It's the same as methylated spirit. So this part I wanted to show you how big the leaves are in comparison with my hands. Yeah, they're usually very big. So we went on to the next plant. Unfortunately, I've forgotten the name, but I'm going to add it. For this one, from a video I had done previously, we saw that it was affected by the mealy bug. And the mealy bug causes some white residues to be left on. And also when you look closely, but they also from this was a wet wipe, you can see the white residue. So it leaves those white residues, and if left untreated, it's going to affect the plant. It's going to cause it to dry. It gets weaker because it feeds on the juices, let's call them that, from the plant, which are also very important for the plant itself. But I've seen a very great improvement. You're going to see after I'm done cleaning and removing those residues how we're having new buds coming up, which is a very good sign. It means the plant is going on well. Before it was not producing any new buds because I think it was fighting. It was fighting for its life. After cleaning, I went in with some soil. I usually have soil. Oh my goodness. I think I'm turning into a real gardener. But yeah, I usually have some soil in the house for my plants because I was looking forward to planting other house plants. I've not been able to do that yet. I'm going to do it, but in the meantime, the soil that I had preserved to do that, I just took a little bit of it so that I add it onto my plant. Then I finish by watering. For my previous videos, I hope you know that this is a DIY watering can. So I just took a yogurt bottle, made hole on the bottle top, and that's what I used to water my plants, mostly the small ones and my snake plants. So you can see the new parrots. So it was giving me problems focusing, but you can see there's quite a lot of progress. And also from that video, when I was taking care of the mealybugs, I said I'm going to cut off the ends. That's what I did, and that's why it was producing new buds at the points where I was cutting. There's a scientific explanation to it. I really forgot, but yeah. So this is I have two areca palm trees, and one usually I place it outside because it got some issues because I was overwatering it when it was new. I was still learning my way through how to take care of the plants. So I happened to have overwatered it and it was affecting it. It was drying up at the tips. So I decided to take it outside, and that's why you saw it outside. But after wiping off the sooty mold, I took it back in because I didn't want it interacting with the hydrangea any longer. So the second areca palm I usually have constantly stays inside the house, and here it is. So it had been a while since I wiped the leaves and just took care of it, because this goes a long way. It frees from insects maybe which are attached to the leaves, or maybe any infection, it helps. Then I watered. This is also a new palm frond. It has taken quite a while to open up because I've not been watering it too often. And these are the succulents I transplanted from the plants I got from home. I'll just add it as an end screen so that you can view the video if you have never watched it before. So I transplanted these ones. It's now, let's say, 3 weeks ever since, and see how they're doing. Well, they're very healthy, and I'm loving it.